Welcome to The Scoop, where we dig deep and present the goods on our favorite personalities. Our first edition features content creator, influencer, video producer, manager, owner of ByaccidentFilms, Aarmani, Augustine. General, welcome.
I'll leave out my brand building.
I like the glasses, man. What's it about the glasses?
Cool, we're going into that story. Okay, so I'll be honest with you about them glasses. So when I started doing those videos, I didn't have any sort of anything to show my eyes. So I'll be honest, I was smoking a lot when I just started doing those videos.
Tobacco?
No, I don't believe in this type of tobacco. Okay. So I was smoking a lot, and then it used to show on camera, and then the girl used to point it out. So then my girlfriend had glasses there, which is this one, and I took it, and that was it.
Oh, just like that.
Just like that. I was like, okay, I cannot see my eyes behind the camera. It's staying.
Yeah. About how many pairs of that you have? How many colors?
I have about maybe 6, 8 colors.
Wow.
About 8.
All right. Good way. Aarmani, good to see you. I know you've been doing so much. We're gonna get into that, but where are you based? You're from Dominica, but where exactly are you based most of the time?
Tampa, Florida.
Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, it's become home for me right now.
All right. How many years since you've been there?
About 3. Yeah, I used to live in North Carolina and New York before that.
All right.
But right now, steady Florida. I like Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prefer Florida over North Carolina and New York?
My thing why I love Florida so much is, 1, there's no income tax, which is a major one, and 2, I just like it. I like the sunshine. I like the state. The humidity and the crazy people is kind of like a crazy bonus, but I like it.
All right, cool, man. I want to start by getting into the journey. You as a videographer, been hearing of ByaccidentFilms, not today, not yesterday, but quite some time now. ByaccidentFilms, you going into the world of photography, getting into the content creation and all that you've been doing. Where did that start for you, and how did you get where you are now?
Well, I've been doing videos like comedy off and on, so it wasn't something that I mainly focused on. It was more something I was just doing as like a hobby, as like just a mess around kind of vibe. But then I started in 2008. Yeah, 2008, 2009, I just focused on video. And why I started doing video is because, for one, I don't really have patience to ask someone to do something for me. Like, there's a couple of my friends who were doing videos and stuff at the time. I would ask them to, do this, do whatever, and they would take forever. And me being me, I was like, you know what? I have a computer. I'm gonna learn to do this.
Wow.
Yeah. So years went by, and just continuously doing videos, continuously doing photos, doing a whole bunch of stuff, and it just really stuck with me. It just became a part of who I am, honestly.
So is that something where you understood the potential of the business long before, or you just did something that you loved and wanted to do?
You see, okay, so when it came to the content creating side of it, like, I always had to have an approach. Like, I experimented with like skits, I experimented with like a whole bunch of stuff. But then the one thing that really stuck with me was something that my stepfather told me a long time ago, I think since high school, and it literally stuck with me for a while. It's like, when you're trying to learn something, like just reading it, you're not going to understand. It's like you have to find a creative way, or just find a very weird way to remember something. And that's basically how people learn. It's like how you can use this either in your everyday life, or just find a creative way to keep it in your mind, or something crazy. Like, you're not going to remember something serious that happened today. You might remember, oh, that power over there fall along in the gutter, and it's funny, so you remember it for years to come. So that's just the route I took.
Yeah, and you mentioned you started just doing comedy and all that. But would you consider yourself a comedian?
Nah, I never really liked the word comedian. To me, it felt so heavy. Because it have different types of comedy. It's like, it have people that make jokes, it have people that you laugh at them, it have people that you laugh at what they're doing. But my thing is, I never really liked that name. I prefer, like, you can call me a content creator, you can call me an entertainer, but never a comedian.
So you think there's a thin line between comedian and entertainer itself? Because you make people laugh.
Yeah. I would say that. I mean, everything you do have some sort of a humor to it, and I wouldn't consider myself a comedian only because that is just my personality. That's just the type of person that I am. So, like, to say I'm a comedian would mean that, okay, I writing jokes, I doing this, I doing that, but I researching how to do that and whatever. Yeah. But in reality, it just a thing does just take me, and I just take out my phone and be like, okay, I'm going to write this down. This would make a good video. This would make a good piece of content.
Wow, so like it just comes out naturally.
It honestly does. Like, I'm not afraid to talk to myself. That is one. That's for sure. I will talk to myself a lot. I will run scenarios, I'll run videos, and I could kill this.
Wow. But I want your take on this, because a lot of your content sort of circles or features explicit content. Is it that it is what is popular among your target audience or your fan base or a certain demographic, or is it that the people just love the smutty stuff? Why did you choose that route?
Well, for one, I'm not a hypocrite. I know the type of person that I am. I've always been a little salop at that. That's one. I'm even being honest. People like content that they're not supposed to be watching. That was always just my take on it. Like, the explicit part of it was like, okay, people not supposed to be watching this, so you know what, I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with it. And like I say, I'm myself about that. And it's just like, majority of those stories that I am telling is based on true stories. It's things that has happened to me in my life, has happened to my friends. It's always a true story. I mean, I might exaggerate the truth just a little bit, but it's always based on a true story.
But and at least people can relate to it.
That was the most important part. Creating it in a way where people can actually relate to it and share it. Because everybody going through some kind of weird thing.
But of course. And speaking of sharing, I mean, your content is out there, it's available.
Yeah.
And I know you have younger fans, you know, even teenagers enjoying your content. I even heard that there was someone who had their mom would have reached out to you and say, hey, you know, my kid loves your stuff. How do you feel about you know, teenagers, younger people listening or looking at your content?
Well, at the end of the day, I only have one child. I'm only responsible for one child, which is mine. And to join Facebook, you need to be at least 13 years old. To join TikTok, you need to be at least 13. So basically, you're a teenager. You should have sense in your head. If your parents not there to basically watch what you're doing, I'm not going to be a father figure. That's for sure. Everybody should have some sort of responsibility over the person, basically their children, what they're watching, what they're doing, and everything. So it shouldn't be based on me. I've said for a while, I do not make content for children. If your child watches my video, at the end of the day, that has nothing to do with me. I know myself, like I say, I've been watching porn at a very young age. So if I'm not going to be a hypocrite on the matter.
But based on how old you are without selling it, are we talking about in porn on internet or VHS video cassette porn?
Let me tell you something.
Or DVD porn?
You ever try and watch porn on dial-up? Okay. No. That's how far back we're going.
Dial-up?
Yes.
Okay. So not as far as VHF, but dial-up.
Yes.
And speaking of porn, it's just available there.
Is it easier to listen? It's easier to watch porn than to find educational videos.
Are you serious?
Just go to Google and just type in something, you'll pop up.
But that is something else.
It's like there's no parental guidance on this website. It's like it pops up. Are you 18 years and older? Yes.
Yes. And let's go.
What you gonna do? Ask me for my social security, my ID? You're not going to do that.
So it's there. I remember, you know, I'm guilty of researching one, which is the Ray J and Kim Kardashian. I heard, you know, so I said, let me just look that up, and I say, okay. Now, did you see that one?
Was that? Of course, I saw that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody should have seen that one at least once.
Yeah.
You need to understand.
Yeah.
I feel like that is crucial. That is information that you should research. That's like a milestone in life. you need to watch that video at least once so you can understand how Kim got famous. Well, Ray J being famous, but how that whole situation came about.
Yeah, you call yourself a salop. I know you have the brand, and you're wearing the shirt now, certified
Sideman.
Sideman.
That's right.
So I want you to define these two things for me. One, the sideman, and then salop. Let's start with sideman. How would you define sideman in your own words?
Well, to me, a sideman is somebody that makes your woman happy when you're unable to.
Okay.
Check. So basically, I helping you out in life is a service that you don't have to pay for. Like, you just go about your normal day, you live your life, you go to work, you just focus on yourself. I take care of your woman for you. Understand?
And what does taking care of the woman entail?
Well, it all depends on what she wants at the time.
Feeding her.
You can feed her. It depends on what she want to put in her mouth. It depends on what she want to put in her system.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
I always there to provide for her what you cannot do at the time.
So that's a sideman.
Yeah.
Is the salop any different?
Well, you see, the salop now, it's very tricky to some people. Like, a lot of people would look at the word salop and be like, oh my God, you are whore. But in reality, sometimes, okay, cool, just because you're having sex in private and I having sex in public, it doesn't make us any better. You might be having sex with 20 fellas in private, I having sex with maybe 5 people in the week in public. That doesn't make me a salop. It's somebody that basically confident in themselves, somebody that basically just don't care what people think. Like, you just liberate yourself from mental nonsense.
How does your lady feel about that? Or are you the guy who is just open on the market? I mean.
Oh no! I'm not on the market. I listen. Do as I let me break it down for you. For one, I have someone that 100% understands what I do with my life and understand that what I doing is not serious. Like, before I started the video stuff, I basically explained to her that, okay, this is the topics I'm going to be talking about because, it sells and is what people want to hear. Because for one, sex will always be relevant. Women will always be relevant. As long as those things exist, like strip clubs will never stop making money. It doesn't matter how long, strip clubs will always make money.
Yeah. You think we should have strip clubs in
here?
In Dominica?
I feel like we should. There's
gentleman's entertainment.
Yeah, so there's nothing wrong. But going back to the topic of my situation, like I say, I have somebody that understands me, that understands that what I do is for entertainment. Now, my thing is, there's a lot of guys who doing like music and whatnot cannot get to that next level because of the type of woman or the relationship that they're in. For one, let's say you're a nasty business artist. You cannot be a nasty business artist and you cannot talk nasty. Because then your woman gonna be like, oh, who you talking about? Oh, that is what you talk, that is what you're saying? Whatever. And then it's like, you cannot elevate. You cannot go anywhere. Oh, you going and travel? You can have all them little groupies around you. It's like the insecurity part. But I don't have that level of stress there. It's like she understands that it's for entertainment, it's this and that. It's just transparency. Because one, I lazy. So in terms of like remembering a lie, I cannot do that.
So when you say you're lazy, you're not referring to domestic chores, not all.
No.
Thinking lazy. What do you mean?
Like, for example, a lie is something that you have to constantly remember. Yeah, a lie is something that you have to constantly remember. And at the end of the day, I don't have the time or the patience to really just remember that, okay, I told you this last week at this time. Because one thing about women, they're like elephants, they don't forget. They will bring that up. They say, okay, that is what you say today. I'm going to listen to you. All now, so they're processing everything. They're recording everything you're saying. Slip up once. So you have to be consistent. Exactly.
With the story.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, be truthful. Because at the end of the day, if a woman wants to be with you, it doesn't make sense to lie to her. And that's the problem I have with a lot of fellas. They leading on woman, they telling them they love them, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, when they finally get the little sweet thing, all of a sudden, I don't know you. I don't know how to love. I can't talk to you, this and that.
Yeah. And women appreciate honesty.
Exactly.
Even if it may be uncomfortable, but at least allow them to make that choice, that decision.
Exactly. All little things I had in my life, some of them had man, but at the end of the day, they like the fact that I was honest with them. I mean, I might have been in a relationship before. Like in my past life, I tell you, I was a salopin. Now when I behave myself, because the fear of not waking up next to my child is a high fear. I behave in myself right now.
Wow. Talk to us about your daughter, proud father of a beautiful little daughter. What was that feeling like, just raising a daughter? Talk to us about the relationship with your daughter.
Honestly, you never knew you could love a stranger so much in your life. I never, like, everybody will talk about what love, will talk about what love is and whatever. To me, like, the feeling you get when you, like, have your child in your hand, like, just they're, like, watching the child, experiencing the child grow, I really cannot explain it. Like, it's probably the best feeling I ever had in my life.
Yeah. And I'd want to agree with you, I too experienced that, and I remember just like the first time seeing my daughter, and holding her is like a mini version of me. It was just some type of feeling. I didn't care about anything else but just to be with her, and to love her. Yeah. It is a great feeling.
And the funny thing is, a lot of people, like, there's a thing where people say, like, oh, you were a salop in life, you're going to have a daughter for sure. That's for whatever. I'll be honest with you. If I knew being a dog or a salop in life would get me a daughter, I would have been a porn salop for sure. Because my daughter makes me the happiest person in the world.
Yeah.
Like, so if being a dog would get me a daughter, then being a good person getting me a son, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Good over here. It's a win-win.
Yeah. What would you say her interests are? What does she like to do based on your observations and time with your girl?
We're talking about, like, what?
Your daughter.
Oh, what? Honestly, she just adventurous. She like to explore. She like to just experience new things, and she just a ball of energy.
Yeah, that's good, man. From daughter to mother, I know you said, while we spoke off air, that once your mom is okay with what you do, then you're okay. How does your mom feel about your content and all that?
Well, it was like how can I say this? It was like a learning thing. So, when I started, or when I realized that I have a mental problem at times, like, I would say certain things on the internet and she would be like, why you say that, blah, 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 blah. I'll be like, I don't know, I can't really give you an explanation. I'm not gonna lie for you. And then, it just become a thing, and my number started to rise, and then things started to go. So it's like, now she just understands. She just doesn't trouble me. And as far as I'm concerned, if my mother doesn't have a problem with the content I create or the things I say, I could care less what other people have a problem with.
Oh.
And I'm saying that in a sense where it's like, oh, I just need yes people around me. No, my mother will tell me when I'm messing around. My mother will be straight up with me.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, is as long as I'm happy, she happy.
Yeah. And you feel like your mom have been supportive overall on your journey coming up?
Listen, my mother has been the biggest support in my life. That's for sure. Like, obviously she might not agree with certain things, because a lot of parents, they're still old-fashioned. They still like, okay, well, you should go and get a job, you should still go to school, you should still go to this, whatever. I'll be very honest with a lot of people who still doesn't know this. I never graduated high school. So when I got to fifth form, like,
what school?
Go to secondary. When I got to fifth form, I had to leave to live with my dad. Worst 8 months of my life.
Oh.
So I can never forget 8 months straight misery. That man maybe give me $20 in that whole 8 months.
$20 US.
$20 US.
Okay.
After that 8 months, I left. I came back. I never finished high school. My mother asked me, "You want to go and finish high school?" Because the principal was like, "You can if you want." But then I was like, I'm 19 or whatever it is. I'm not going back to high school. So it was either I take whatever I wanted to do serious, or go back.
But you didn't feel that was the end for you? You didn't feel despaired not graduating from high school? How did that make you feel?
No, because I would have loved to experience graduation and all that, but honestly, like, school isn't for everyone, and that's just my thing. Like based on, okay, if you want to become a doctor, you have to go to school. If you want to become an accountant, you have to go to school. But if you want to take on something like, let's say, film, you want to take on something like a skill, like all that information is on the internet. All that information, you can get certified in it. You can get certificates. You can research. You can do your own stuff in the back end. So you don't necessarily have to go to school for that.
Okay.
I mean, the people who want to go to school, fine. And I'm knocking it.
But you were able to learn from internet, trial and error, experience, practice. That's right. Being consistent.
That's right.
And believing in yourself.
That is the biggest thing. That is one of the biggest things. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to really. You cannot be stupid to a situation or ignorant to a situation. Like, you have to do your due diligence. Like, if you're going to go into a field, you really have to watch like different stuff. Like I said, I've been experimenting with comedy for a while. I saw a lot of content creators come and go, whatever. So,
wow.
Yeah.
We're gonna get back into the content creation and the prospects that exist there within that sector. You mentioned a terrible or the worst 8 months of your life spending time with your dad. Did you have a good relationship with your dad before that?
No. So my thing is, I just want to, most likely he might watch this video, so I just want to say, I want to tell him thank you for being the way that he is, because it honestly showed me that with his actions and how he raised me, well, I'll say raised, with his presence in my life has showed me that that is not the father I want for my child. So that really showed me that, okay, I need to do X, Y, and Z. Actually going to be active in my child life, actually going to be there, actually going to support my child dreams, actually going to, so everything I wanted in a father,
you're able to give now. And from what I know, your dad also worked in the media with cameras, behind the cameras and all that, even in front of the cameras. Would that have had any influence on you in any little way?
I'll be honest, a lot of people would believe so, but no. So for one, a lot of people would think like, oh, but your father would probably brought you on all shoots. He used to work at GIS, he used to work at these media companies, these big media companies in the US. I never once went on a shoot with my dad. I never once did anything creative or video, photos, whatever it is with him. Everything that I learned to this day was on my own. Literally on my own on YouTube.
So even when you started off?
When I started off.
Did you reach out, say, hey, yo, dad, I'm doing this, what do you think? Can you give me any assistance, guidance?
I would, honestly, there were times I would try, because at the end of the day, everybody trying to have a little relationship with their dad or their parents. So I would at least try, and then it's like the responses would be like, just be vague, just be blah.
Yeah.
So it's like it wouldn't motivate me. It more demotivated me than anything.
Okay. But you wish him well.
No, I wish him very well.
Yeah.
I wish him a good life. I wish him the best.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I good. When it comes to father-son thing, I good.
Yeah. And you're a good dad. You're a proud dad.
I'm a proud dad. I'm a happy dad.
Aarmani, I want to get into the brand influencer line of things. Said in the intro, or whether we said it or not, but you're a brand ambassador influencer for a couple companies around.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so you're providing gas to the nation.
I would more say like lubricants.
Lubricants.
So I feel like it fits my brand well. You understand?
Shell lubricants.
That's right.
Okay. And you also work with Moranci & Sons.
Yes, Moranci & Sons. So I'm also the brand ambassador for Moranci & Sons and Shell.
Okay. So kind of hand in hand there, the lubricants and...
Because at the end of the day, everybody needs a vehicle when they go in and partake in certain activities in life.
Of course.
And at some point, your vehicle is going to break down. So you need that kind of a service here. They're doing delivery, they're doing on-spot, they're doing calls. So it's like I need that service. So when I go and commit my crimes, or when I would have gone and commit my crimes, it would have been good to have them back in the days. To
ensure that you can keep going
and never stop.
You're not stalled, you're not stop.
That's right.
You can just keep going.
Check. So we have the lubricants to make sure we're going good, and we have the mechanics to make sure the machine is fully functioning.
And that's very important.
That's very important
to function, properly and effectively.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people with vehicles that cannot start. Like the other day, I like a friend of mine, actually my cousin. His name is John. John brought his woman and them. I see no John have plenty of woman. The man bring his woman and them on a dating on a tow truck. He put his ride on the tow truck and he bring his woman and them on the tow truck. I never see that before in my life. And don't tell me that I was like,
Well, that's a man who has full confidence in himself.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
John's an interesting man. I guess it off.
Oh my God. But you also work with a few other companies in terms of PR, in terms of publicity, certain events, etc. I've seen you doing some PR out there for a few people here and there.
That's correct. I'm doing stuff with Belfast Estate right now. So we're promoting the BB, and I feel like BB specifically goes hand in hand with like everything. So we have the Shell lubricants, to keep you going, and then we have the mechanics to keep everything going, and we have the BB to give you the strength and the energy for when activities come about. You're ready, you're strapped.
What do you chase BB with, preferably orange juice, pink grapefruit, coconut water?
I like pink grapefruit.
Pink grapefruit.
The pink grapefruit is it just gives me something in life.
And speaking of pink, you love pink. I know you've been wearing a lot of pink. Is it that the breakfast fete theme rubbed up on you, or what in the pink? I know you wear a lot of pink.
I'll be honest, pink is actually my favorite color. Like, a lot of people would be like, pink?
Really?
But pink is actually my favorite color. Like, for example, when breakfast fete came about, I already bought pink Lego figures. So I just thought the convenience was right there. I was like, oh,
yeah,
it works well, let's go with it.
But you had said it early, you called it early, it's going to be pink.
From day one.
Yeah.
From day one, I was like, that's going to be pink. From everything, creative, marketing perspective, it have to be pink. Because Asa strikes me as somebody who sense in his head.
Yeah.
Right? He acting a little crazy than this day, but with that banana tree. But
Awado.
You check?
They say real men wear pink.
Yes, that is correct.
So
the best things in life, pink, and if you think about it.
The best things in life are pink. So if real men wear pink, then the fake men wear what?
Nothing.
Oh,
nothing. There's a lot of fake people out there, and be careful of them.
Yeah.
So watch yourself.
You've encountered quite a few.
Was it fake people?
Fake people. On a daily.
My thing is, I like to keep to myself. As much as people see me doing my videos out there, like, I have high social anxiety. Like, I have never been to an event that I wasn't working for. If I go like to free up, I might be ready to go home. I might be like panicking. But if I go there with the intention that I'm going to create content, I'm going to do whatever it is, then it just, that fear, that feeling goes away. Like, a lot of people wouldn't want to do vlogs because it's a camera. It's like an embarrassment to them. But I don't care. Like, as long as I'm doing something like something I love, I don't really care about anything else.
And you're happy with the choices that you've made so far, as far as your career is concerned?
Yeah, I mean, I've made some very wild and ups and downs. I mean, everything hasn't been smooth. Right. There were lots of, like, I gotta be very honest with you, like, before I had my kid, I had about minus $27 in my account. I'm not gonna lie. And that was a tough time.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, right now we're good, but
yeah.
At the time, -2. Imagine opening your account and you see -$27, and you're like, oh,
yeah.
Overdraft fee have to come out whenever I put back money. This have to come out, and be like, oh, we have bills coming up as well.
Yeah.
Huh.
So you know what it is.
Yeah.
And what do you say to someone who's probably on that same line right now, in that same space?
You honestly cannot give up. Like, it's going to be hard, it's going to be frustrating, you're going to want to do ungodly things, but you just have to be like, okay, you cannot be ignorant and stupid to a situation. Like, if you're seeing something not working out, try something else. Like, try experiment with doing something else. You cannot, okay, I'm trying to sell you juice. I realize you don't want the juice. But I keep on telling you, hey, you need to buy this juice. At some point, you might buy the juice because you want to get rid of me. But that doesn't make you a customer. So
I want to touch on monetization. As a content creator, that influencers make a lot of money in certain territories.
No, I would say influencers can make a lot of money.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
the potential is there.
It includes influencers in our market based in Dominica, or are we at some disadvantage based on where we are?
It's a little troublesome in Dominica because like the monetization platforms, it tough here. Because even if, let's say, you do get through, there's a certain tax thing you have to go through. And if you cannot complete it, they remove the monetization. And sometimes the whole monetization isn't available in your region. So it's very hard for creators to want to even try to be content creators, because where is the money coming from? There isn't a market for it. Like how are you going to go about it? A lot of people doing content for a hobby, but the monetization part is a very hard part. My thing is, I incorporated brands, I incorporated different things early, so that way I can monetize and capitalize on things again early. And that, I feel like that is what kills a lot of content creators, is a lack of money. A lot of them give up. Like, for example, you're looking at, let's use Delhi, for example. Delhi has the numbers, Delhi has the drive, but human nature, humans get fed up with stuff. So it's like, I would say he would need to find a way to capitalize on stuff, either it be through merch, either it be through donations, streams, whatever it is, but you have to find a way to capitalize. And what I would recommend to a lot of people is like, try streaming. So if, let's say, you cannot get monetized like per view, etc. on stuff, you can get donations, you can get basically get donations,
gifts, etc.
You can get gifts, you can get stars.
Yeah.
Like, it have avenues, but it just like, you have to really grind for it.
Yeah.
You can sell merch, there's drop shipping. The options are there.
As you mentioned, Daly, to such a creative guy, I enjoy his content, like I enjoy yours. What do you think overall of the content creators, especially the comedians around? How do you rate them overall? Those here in Dominica, like Daly and the other guys.
A lot of the content creators here, I feel like they have a lot of potential. They have a lot of stuff they can provide, but again, it just comes to the monetization part. I wish them well. I really want to see them succeed.
Yeah.
I really want them to see them like follow your dreams or whatever, but it's a challenge.
And then, like you said, some people do it as a hobby.
Yeah.
They don't have a problem. Just
I just feel like if you're doing something as a hobby and you can see that it changing people's lives, like you basically getting what companies wish they could get organically.
Wow.
So the fact that you pull in that is like, what now?
But then it opens the doors too for the prospects, like endorsements.
Yeah.
And all that. Look at you with all your endorsements going on, and more to come, more in the pipeline. I know that for sure.
But at the end of the day, it all comes back to the type of person you are. Like, if you're a person, you're just making your content and you're not trying to reach out, like, closed mouths don't get fed. That's one. If you, like, I will go out to a company, I will reach out to companies. You cannot be afraid to do certain things. Like if you want to make money in life, you cannot chase money. I never believe in just chasing money. It's like, what I do, I chase value. Like, in terms of like my videos, I have never sent a video like, share a video to this person, share a video to that person, share that please, or tag 99 people. I always believe the content will work for itself. I will post the content, it doesn't work out, okay, you don't like it, I'm gonna make another one. And I'll just keep it going.
Okay. And are you gonna keep your formula, your concept? Do you intend to branch out in different strategic areas from what you have been doing, or is it a decision of, hey, it ain't broke, why fix it, let's just keep it going?
My thing is, I get fed up quick. Honestly, I get fed up real quick. So I always try to diversify my content, and at the end of the day, ByaccidentFilms is a video production company that I own. So in terms of just doing, the comedy side or whatever, it's fun, but I still love to do things like documentaries. I still love to do things like reality shows, like fun stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Who are some of the people you've worked with in the production stages, music videos, documentaries, etc.? You probably want to highlight.
Maybe I've probably worked with every single artist in Dominica. In terms of like music, I've worked with Rio, I've worked with... Actually, no, I haven't worked with Rich just yet.
Oh.
Yet. But we have something working on.
Yeah.
I worked with Rio, I worked with Kex, I worked with Signal Band, I worked with Triple K, I worked with CK, I worked with basically all the Booyah artists. I did some stuff with Carl and XP once upon a time. Basically a lot of people.
That's good, man. And more coming up.
And a lot more coming up, actually.
Are you a big fan of Booyah music and / Nasty Business?
I'm a fan of Nasty Business.
You're a fan of Nasty Business?
Yeah, I'm a fan of Nasty Business. I like I like Booyah music. I really do. I really like Booyah music, but I don't know, it doesn't really sit well with me at times.
Oh. You mean the rhythms, the grooves?
I don't know.
So you like Nasty Business in terms of the lyrics, the content? Or?
No, it's like a lot of people take the direction of Booyah. It at a strange point right now, where people making certain music, but it's like, is it really Booyah? Like right now, they have this whole soca and Booyah thing coming up, and I'm like, what exactly is the point? I listen. I only fight in battles I know about.
Yeah,
but like I said, I'm a fan of Nasty Business.
Okay,
Nasty Business. That is my thing.
I said I wanted to ask you a few questions. They're gonna put you on the spot. If you were to deactivate, delete, lose some social media accounts and you could only keep one, you can only keep one for an entire year or 2 years, which platform would it be? Which platform would you keep?
Facebook. Yeah, Facebook. Facebook offers you more ways to make money than TikTok. TikTok barely pays you in terms of like monetization per video and whatever, because it's very hard to put ads on a TikTok. Like TikTok has changed how people view video or consume video a lot. A lot of people want to watch things quick. A lot of people want to watch, like, catch my attention right now. But Facebook, they pay more than YouTube, or sometimes the same as YouTube. And YouTube pays a lot at times, well, depending. You can get stars, you can get donations, you basically can get everything in just one area. TikTok would be good for if you're building a brand. YouTube had to grow on sometimes. Well, actually, YouTube actually had to grow on. Like a lot of people would put out videos, they get 5 views and they get discouraged. Like if you're putting out videos, your first 40 videos, just understand you're not going to get views. That's just it sometimes. But Facebook for sure, that is a platform I would keep.
Okay, and based on what you're doing, it may not apply for other content creators or
because Deli posts more on Instagram, and that is his platform. But the funny thing is, what people don't know, Instagram is a hard platform to grow on. So the fact that he posting videos and he hitting his numbers, I give him mad respect for that. But Facebook right now, like when I was doing TikTok, like TikTok was my thing. I was hitting numbers, but then the fact that TikTok wasn't just paying, I don't know, I switched over to Facebook.
Yeah.
And we're doing good. Facebook, we're at a point right now, Facebook paying some bills.
Excellent, man. Big up on that. I like to hear that. And speaking of the content, what is more important to you, having a better audio or video? Mediocre video, great audio, or mediocre audio, great video?
You talking from, let's say, a generalized person, like a random person, or like me?
To you.
Well, for one, I've been doing this for a while. I know how to work the video. but to me, what I love more is audio. Without good audio, I feel like a video falls apart. Like, I'm willing to watch a crappy video if the audio good. If the audio not good, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can I do it? Audio, that's my thing.
Yeah, and I mean, as you've said that too, what advice would you give to video producers, even engineers, sound engineers, audio engineers, as far as really doing what has to be done to keep that standard?
Get out of your head. Honestly, get out of your head. Like, there's a lot of people just have great projects that they just overthinking. Like, when I started doing those video stuff, I was just like, okay, we do this today, I put it out. You don't like it? Okay, I'm going to make something different. Like, I'm not going to overthink it. The minute that you overthink something, you're hurting yourself. Like, there's so many projects, like Chris Brown said, like, I think it was Kiss or something, where like, okay, all his early songs where he was doing all his love songs and whatever,
yeah,
his label didn't want him to put it out, and Chris was stubborn and be like, hey, this is going out, and see that's classic songs. So you have to basically be stubborn to your own product, but at the same time stop overthinking stuff. Like, the stuff you hate could be the thing that blow up. It could be the thing that could set you apart from everybody else. And that's an advice I've gotten recent times, you know, Miguel. Don't be overthinking certain things. Although I don't necessarily do it, but yeah. I want to ask, do you listen to Chris Brown? Dig Chris Brown when you're in your feelings? And not really. Whenever I'm in my feelings, I usually go to like old school, like real old school. I go to like Bobby Womack.
What's the name of that Bobby Womack?
Which one? If you think you're lonely now. Well, until tonight.
Okay. So you're asking our viewers to check that song out.
I love that song.
Sure. Yeah. I wonder why you love that song, but I guess they just have to listen for themselves. And then I want to ask you too, what if you were to go on a date with one of these ladies? Who would it be?
Which lady?
Shensia.
Okay.
Megan Thee Stallion, or Faithy, as in Booyah Faithy, the Booyah Baby Faith. Would it be Faithy, Megan Thee Stallion?
I have to give my reason why I didn't choose.
Not necessarily, but you could just tell us who you.
Shensia.
Okay.
Shensia, 100%.
You just leave it as that.
I feel like let me explain. I feel like no. Let me say something. One, Megan. I'm not so sure. Megan I will either get the best sex of my life or I'll end up in jail. Faithy, I don't know. I know Faith for a while. Like, honestly, I know Faith for a very long time.
Yeah.
So it look kind of weird.
Okay, it's like friend. Yeah.
It's like watching a child now and then trying to make break on them when they're of age.
Oh, so you're talking, you know her that long?
I know her for a while.
Okay. Well, I understand.
So,
Shensia. And it's Shensia who sang about the original side chick, and you're the side man, certified side man. So I think it all works out, bruv.
I believe that too.
Yeah.
Shensia.
And I'm happy that things are working out. What's in the pipelines that Aarmani would probably want our viewers to know about or look out for?
Well, we have Gopwell Chronicles coming up. We did an interview with Kenny G yesterday, giving his Gopwell side, the things that he went through, his Gopwell stories. We're working on to get more artists. We have them coming up. And we have like a bunch of promos coming up. And that's it.
Any mopping of the lake or the lake, everything sorted out at the freshwater lake? No.
We'll have to find out soon.
Good than that?
We have to find out soon.
Okay.
The lake is still my favorite place. Nothing will go and change.
Yeah. So you spend quality time at that lake?
I've spent numerous times at that lake. Like in my salad days, I will tell you everything. Like, okay, you want to get serviced by the lake, you need to go at the back. Like there's a little spot there. That's where you can get service. You go to the parking lot, you're not gonna get service. You have to go closer to the back.
Okay.
And try, you want to go over there if you're like a babes, go across the little bridge, go and park by Dominic or Doasco.
I can imagine. Good too. It's very cold up there.
Let me tell you about it. When that fog roll in, Boy, things does just change. Mood does just switch. But honestly, in a place like that, you would think, okay, something going to happen to you, whatever. Who going to walk all the way freshwater lake and look your problem? Who going to be up there in that cold, that mist? And if I drive in and I see anybody in the road, they left to mourn. I run you over. Listen.
Hey, man, adventures. Yeah. So the Gopewell Chronicles coming up. We're looking forward to that and so much more.
Everybody went to Gopewell at least once. I don't care how much big man you're playing. I don't care how much woman you had in your life. Everybody had a Gopewell at least once. I had a Gopewell twice for the same woman and I don't have life for it. Okay. Yeah, I didn't learn.
Hope you learn now, bro.
No, I don't, trust me. Yeah. Trust me, I do.
That you can even teach others, yeah? Yeah. Man, it was fun and such a pleasure, Aarmani.
I appreciate it.
Keep on doing the good vibes. We're going to be looking out for you.
Appreciate it.
Very proud. This has been The Scoop, our very first edition. My name is Miguel, the body, the doctor. Till next time.
Bye-bye.